Hey guys, it's Christy with We Are Home Business Bakers, and Melissa and we had a little idea that we were going to take this coronavirus that has gotten everybody quarantined in their house, taking a little coronacation, if you will. We are all stuck at our house. The kids are out of school. Everybody is pretty much sick and tired of hearing about it, but we are all going through it together. So we are going to take the next 2 weeks. We'll see how it goes after 2 weeks, and just come to you with a little bit of fun, with a little bit of baking, a little bit of whatever we surprise you with for the day. So I'm starting day one, and I have had a couple of cancellations with my St. Patrick's Day orders. So I thought I'd show you something fun that you could do. So I have this little froggy cookie cutter, and I had some extra green frosting and some extra green royal icing and some extra cookie doughs because of the canceled orders. And I'm assuming that you guys have some canceled orders. So I can't see if anybody is talking, but if you guys are there, just say hello. Hopefully you guys can hear me. And if you can, just give me a little thumbs up. Maybe I'll see a thumbs up if you can hear me. Perfect. Okay. So, my best friend loves frogs, and she is home with 3 kids. So, this is for her. I have decided to make these cute little froggies. So I'm going to show you how I do them. I'm going to show you the dip method. And it is super fun. Something that you can do with your kids. Something you can do while you're on coronacation. And then tomorrow Melissa will come to you with something fun, and I'll switch, and then she'll go, and then I'll go. So I hope you guys like this. I'm going to turn my camera down so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Can you see me? All right, so I have already cut out my cookies and I have already baked them. I have all my supplies. I have my eyeballs. I have my green icing that I keep covered. And it is very bubbly, which is not good because then you will get bubbles in your cookie when you decorate it. So I'm just getting out a little bit of the cookies. And hopefully you guys can see. I'm basically sitting on my head. All right, so I have my eyeballs and I have my green sprinkles. They're left over from Christmas, but that's okay. I also have my scribe. If you don't have a scribe, you can use a toothpick. Melissa makes these, so I have 2 of them. I have a purple one and a pink one. I love them. And this was the cookie cutter. I'm pretty sure I got this out of a Wilton's, one of those 101 cookie cutter kits. I'm also going to be using a food marker and some pink food coloring. And a paintbrush. Clean, dry. All right, so a lot of people either take the piping bag, put their royal icing in it, and then pipe. That's a great way, but there's also another way, which is to dip. So when you want to dip your cookies, you just take them and you want to hold on to them really good. And you don't want your fingers to be too far over or they'll get in the icing. And then you just make a mess. So if you can kind of see that. So take it in there, and I'm going to kind of show you, hopefully. And so you just dip it. And you really should only have to dip it one time. And shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake it. And then once it gets done dripping, and you can see here, it did not dip very good, but that's okay because we can take our scribe and fix it. Super, super easy. And I almost don't even think that that's enough. So, could be because I'm nervous, but I'm going to do her again. There we go. Still not wanting to do it. All right. It's a lot harder to do it on camera than you might think. So once all the drippy happens and you squishy, then you turn them over. And you just want to clean up the edges a little bit. If you don't dip them quite so many times, you don't have that problem. So the next one I'm going to show you is going to be better. So you clean them up. Now, if you want him to be absolutely perfect, dipping might not be the best way. But one, we're going to be doing this with our kids. And for two, we don't care if it's perfect at all. I don't think customers care if it's absolutely perfect. But that's just me. So I have our green sprinkles, and I have a little bowl, and I'm just going to do a little bit on there. I like to get it on his legs. Okay. And then these eyeballs are a little bit bulgy. And this little kit, I think I got that at Walmart. 2 little eyes. So we're not going to use our food coloring pen right now because it's not dry. But once it dries, then we can take our food coloring pen and kind of just go in there. Okay. And then, this is kind of old, but it does the trick. I would do it in the cap like this, and then kind of whoosh it off a little bit. Can you see that kind of whooshing? And then just give them little cheeks. All right. So I'm going to stir this up a little bit. And if you can see the consistency, this is kind of how I like it, where it's kind of flowy. All right. I'm going to dip another one, and I'm just going to put him there to dry. Okay. Now we just want to make sure we have a really good grip on them so we don't lose them in our frosting and our royal icing. And we're going to smush them around. Shaky, 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 shaky. Till all of the drippies come off. You can even kind of do it on the side. And this guy's much better. Okay. So sometimes I'll just stick my scribe in there and do like this and get it kind of flat. And that works perfectly. And then if you have any little bubbles, you can pop them. Now this recipe for the royal icing is maybe Melissa can help me think of it. Dream. Let me see if I have it right here. Genie's Dream. I knew it was something dream. Genie's Dream. I love it. It's wonderful. It has the directions right on the back. So, here's maybe another little bubble. Okay, and you really should, if you're doing, you know, extensive work on your cookies, cover them over, but we're not, so it doesn't really matter. But just showing you, this is paper towel and it's very lightly damp. So just gonna put some green on his legs. You can do whatever you want, but you know, I kind of think that this is a neat thing that your kids could do with you while you're on Coronacation. I'm gonna put some more eyeballs on there. And he's so cute and yummy. All right, let's do another one. Still kind of bubbling up. Usually I let this sit for like a half an hour. After I make it to the consistency that I want, I let it sit for a half an hour and kind of let the bubbles come out. But for time's sake, I didn't. And then I just kind of pop them and make a mess. But that's what live TV is about, right? Making messes. I was thinking I might give this guy some big eyes. I see these big eyes. I'm gonna try the next one. Big eyes. And here's the back of my cookie. To me, this is perfect. If it is too dark, I think it's just a little bit too crispy. If it's too underdone, then it won't have any. I kind of like just the lightly browned edges. That's my preference. Okay, and if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and leave them in the comments. And then after the live video, I'll go back and I'll read them. I can't see any now, but go ahead and leave them on there, and then I'll answer them when I can. So we're gonna grab it and dip, 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 dip. Shaky, shaky, shaky. And you can kind of even do that. And we got a little spot. Let me see if I can show you. We can just stick our scribe in there. He should, if he's playing nice, which he's not. So we'll just help him along. Just get over there. And then this little foot needs a little help. But as you can see, if you don't need it to be absolutely perfect, dipping is so much faster. And you don't have to waste a piping bag. And it's fun. And your kids can help you if you're doing it for them. Because my best friend has 3 kids, and I have nieces and nephews, and they love to bake with me. And we decorate it all the time. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I think it's gonna be cute. All right, I should have done my sprinkles first, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna do one more and just show you, instead of sprinkling the sprinkles on, putting them in my hand first. All right, so we're dipping. Shaky, 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 shaky. Melissa doesn't like when you shake it. I do. She has said in one of her training videos that it kind of helps with the craters when you do that. So if you ever do get craters, it might be something for you to either ask her about, or if you haven't watched her intro to cookies, she does a really good job explaining that kind of stuff. She's the cookie master. I think she's doing an Easter cookie class coming up maybe the 25th. So if you have any like really master questions, she's definitely the person to watch. She's been doing this for many, many years. So now if I was just going to put the sprinkles in my hand and do them, let me just wipe off my hands a little bit. You could have a little bit more control. And I think that's pretty to have, you know, just a little control over where your sprinkles go. And then let's use these little teeny tiny eyeballs. I haven't used them yet. They're not the bulgy ones, but just so you can see. All right, and then as you can imagine, once it dries, I would give it a couple hours. I always like to have a test one that I can test to see if it's dry or not, for sure. This one I really have to. I did this one yesterday. He's super dry. All right. So I hope you guys got some good use out of this. And Melissa will see you tomorrow, and she will have something super, super fun for you guys to see. Thanks for joining me, and happy Corona-cation.